You're not going to stab my brother in the back and expect me to show up on the battlefield for you when you in danger. Especially when you are the ones who put yourselves in danger because you wasn't fucking with us. Literally, you're all in this situation because you wasn't fucking with us. You put yourself in this situation because of your cultural practices, because of your need to be white. And these white people keep telling you over and over and over and over again that you will never be them. Ever. Never. No matter how pale your skin is, even the white European ones can't be the white Anglo-Saxon English-speaking ones. That's how serious it is. That's how serious it is. White people don't have loyalty to other white people. So even if you got put in a white category, they're not going to be loyal to you. Look at Ukraine. Those are lily white people fighting and killing and destroying and genociding other lily white people. So if they can do that to each other, what makes you think that they're going to kumbaya with you? You are the help. That's what you are. You've always been just a help to them. You are the slave. You are a serf. You are a subject. You are nothing. You are a restaurant to go to on the weekends. You're the person that clean their goddamn toilets. That's who you are. That's how they think of you. But that's not how we think. Go ask any of your people that work around black people. Do the black people show them respect? They're going to be like, yeah. Do the black people, are black people kind to them? They're going to say, yeah. But somehow, you'll need to be white. And then you're aggressive about it.
I got a question to my Latinos for Trump. How y'all feel today? Do y'all see what's going on in California right now? Do y'all see how voting for Donald Trump didn't give y'all a single brownie point with white uneducated voters? How it did y'all no good. Wearing a MAGA hat, thinking that was going to put y'all above it all. Now, abuela, Dio, and tia, and mijo, and mija, everybody getting sent up out of here. Without an ounce of due process, right along with you. How y'all feel today? Honestly. Y'all did all that Latinos for Trump, we love Trump. Now you're up out of here. Y'all were the deciding factor in all of this. White, uneducated voters were going to vote for Trump no matter what. That was a lost cause. But you people, on the other hand, whole different ball game. This was an open book test, and y'all failed.
Latinos for Trump is like, yo, the co-founder's like, yo, he deceived us. This was not part of the plan, Mr. Trump. President Trump, you say you were going to have our back, and we had your back in voting you in. But now we see you for the liar that you are. And the black community is like, yo, what y'all talking about? We told y'all what was going to happen. We showed up and did what we had to do. And y'all pulled the lever for somebody that ain't never rocked with y'all. I don't know why y'all felt so comfortable in voting this guy in when he already told you what he was going to do. And he's doing it. So people are like, yo, should we feel sorry for y'all? Because y'all the one that voted for the man overwhelmingly. And the black community like, yo, this ain't our fight. We love y'all, but this ain't our fight. Y'all gonna have to handle this one. So what y'all think? Is it, this is what y'all voted for, so this is what y'all get? It ain't our fault, it's y'all fault. Whose fault is it? Y'all let me know.
Let me get this straight. I just want to make sure that I'm understanding correctly. So because some Latinos voted for Trump, that means that every undocumented Latino, those that didn't vote, that can't vote because they're undocumented, deserve ICE to bang down their door? Do you hear yourselves? That logic is white supremacy in a black voice. Since when did we start echoing the colonizer just because the target changed? The system has always been brutal. It brutalized us, it's brutalizing them. And if you think silence now makes you safe later, we can ask our ancestors how well that worked. Oppression isn't a game of karma, it's a cycle. So you either break it or become it. And to clarify, because I know somebody's going to be in my comments saying this, I'm not saying go out and protest and put yourself in harm's way. I'm specifically talking about the people who are echoing the colonizer's language of who deserves to be in America and who doesn't, who's considered human and who's not. Even just using the term illegal is dehumanizing. So again, I'm not saying you need to be out there protesting and getting yourself hurt, but the very least you can do is to not echo and side with the colonizer.
I just want to make this video real quick. To black people who will watch this video, please do not be moved by other black people with platforms getting on TikTok telling y'all to unify with Latinos. Because at the end of the day, we have fought the good fight. If it wasn't for our people, they wouldn't even be here. They would not. At the end of the day, they're strong. They got this. Every time they had the energy to say the N-word, you and black people tell them like, hey, no, I'm good. They still want to do it. Anytime that they're being racist and making all type of hateful jokes, who cares? Whatever. Like, they're strong. They got this. They don't need our help. And on top of that too, like, stop trying, for y'all black people who keep saying unify with them, like, stop trying to get black people out of their own comfort of their home. Like, black people, focus on us. Like, we are done focusing on everybody else's problems. Like, we got our own problems within our own communities. Like, let's focus on our own people. Stop trying to get black people out there on the forefront. Like, stop doing that. Stop doing that. We are God's chosen people. And at the end of the day, if the Lord ain't telling us to move, we is not being moved. Our 400 years of suffering, of enslavement, of punishment, it's over. That's exactly why this country is going downhill. The white man's kingdom is coming to an end. And for all of the other nations who have shitted on black people, you will have to pay for what you done to God's chosen people. And on top of that, why don't y'all ask yourself why the Afro-Latinas ain't out there helping y'all? You want to know why? Them Afro-Latinas, about the ones who look like me. And by the way, for no confusion, you want to know why them Afro-Latinas not out there? Because I'm talking about the ones that look like me, not the white ones who keep claiming that they are Afro-Latino. Because lighter skinned Afro-Latinos look like Lala Anthony, Christina Milian. You'll know a black Latina or Latino if you see one. But y'all know why there and a bunch of them not out there and speaking up? Because guess what? Them white Latinas have been treating them horrible too. Like, and guess what? Y'all should, for the Afro-Latinas, y'all should use y'all black card. Use it. Use it. This time, instead of saying, I ain't no black, you know Hispanic. Like, seriously. But all I'm saying is stop trying to move black folks. Leave us alone. And that's to other black people. Leave us alone. Black people, do not go out there, disrupt your peace, be out there in the streets yelling and shouting. Ain't nobody got time for that. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your peace. Protect it. We're done.
Latinos of all backgrounds, do y'all not realize black people are not the only people in this country? You got your Chinese Americans, your Japanese Americans, your Korean Americans, your Indian Americans, your Muslim Americans, your white Americans, and your own people. So why in Davy Jones' lockup are y'all so pressed and mad at us because we not out protesting? Folks, we did the most effective protesting last November. And the data proves it. We protested when it mattered the most. We were not out here with whole productions talking about some "we will vote for Donald Trump." Y'all was out here with that foolishness, knowing full well, that y'all had a few abuelas, a few tios, tias, mijo, and mijas in your house undocumented. But y'all got y'all behinds on stage talking about some "we will vote for Donald Trump." And you think we supposed to be out here protesting, picket fence in hand, clowning like some monkeys in a zoo? No, sir, bop. We did what we were supposed to do. And y'all put y'all's own community in the position that it's in now. And y'all need to live with it.
Oh no, Trump would never do this, that, and the third because there are laws that protects us from this, that, and the third. And we know Trump is a law-abiding citizen who never goes above the law or never goes and bypass anything. Right, we'll put a pin in that and come back to it. You're absolutely right. Who gives a fuck about if it's 10 Haitians, 100 Haitian, 1,000 Haitian being deported out the country? Who gives a fuck if it's 10 Haitian, 50 Haitians, 25 Haitians being whipped at the border? Like, the numbers are just not that high, so we should all shut the fuck up and enjoy our life. But let's play these games, because I love these games. I love being challenged on my ideologies because they are uncomfortable, and I need to know why I believe these things, and I need to know where did I find this information from. I don't like my intelligence undermined, which you've constantly done in the comments that you left on my page that's not even there because TikTok was like, oh, this person is doing too much, you gotta accept or decline their comments, and I just left them where they are. But let me use your comment to talk about every single thing. First, you told me that Cubans have to be full citizens to vote in America, as if that would make a difference with how this conversation started. Which this section of the conversation about Latinos and us not caring about Latinos getting deported started because of a misinformation that majority of Latinos voted for Trump, which is not true. Majority of Cubans voted for Trump. Majority of Mexicans, Panamanians, and many Latino communities voted for Harris. And I'm not three. You don't have to tell me that Cubans have to be full citizens to vote, because I would hope you respect me enough to know that I know that, considering you follow me and all. Third, I'm an immigrant, and if any brown girls are watching, I'm a citizen, but I am an immigrant. I was born in my home country and came here when I was young. Most of my political ideology stem from my parents, the other Haitians of my community when I was being raised in Haiti and here, as well as African Americans that raised me when I came here. While politics and social politics is a very big topic and there's plenty for me to learn, I feel like I have enough information to feel how I feel and react how I'm reacting about this issue. Next, let's talk about this comment. I feel like you're making a big deal out of nothing. Haitians are only 5% of immigrants. Did you also know that they make up 34% of the deportation rate? Since 2020, over 27,000 people were deported out of Haiti. There are over 700,000 Haitians who are living in America under some kind of TPS or other status that has been removed by Trump. Is there a specific number of Haitians that has to be targeted before I care about what's going on, before I make a reaction about what's going on? Should it instead go to maybe 100,000 Haitians being deported, maybe 200,000 Haitians being deported? I'm not questioning your intelligence when I say this, but I am questioning your experience, because these kind of mindset and statements often come from people who have never seen, who have never had a visual understanding, who have never encountered how destructive these systems can be for my people, or for your people, because I don't know what you are. And finally, there are rules in place. Trump will never do this, that, and the third. Fuck, my phone is lagging. Remember what happened in 2019 when Trump was looking for funding for its borders? When Trump was looking to fund the wall, build that wall, when he was looking for money for that. Remember how Congress said, no, that's not gonna happen. Remember how Congress, much like the federal courts that you're talking about, went against this notion. And what did Trump do next? How did he bypass this notion, if not by declaring a national emergency? A national emergency where he took over $3 billion from the Pentagon to fund his wall, none of which were authorized by Congress. And Congress is the one that's making those decisions, right? Congress are the ones that authorize federal spending. And what happened? Many Republicans said it was not right. Many courts said it was unconstitutional. But who ended up siding with him? The Supreme Court. Supreme Court inevitably lifted the freeze, allowing this money to be taken. America's favorite felon may be dumb, but his team are not. They know how to get their ways around, and we've noticed that this group of people will bypass any kind of law to get what they want. If they try a first time and there's too much uproar, they give it back. They try a second time, there's little uproar, and the third time, nobody even notices what happened. Because are we talking about the fact that he did that in 2019? No, because now we're focusing on bigger things in 2025. Mind you, this is a very layered conversation, and you've managed to dismiss sections and sections, pillars after pillars about it. All that's to say, once again, I love to challenge why I believe in what I believe in, and I love to learn more from people, including people like you, but I don't like my intelligence being dismissed. 2 Haitians already lost their lives in ICE custody, and since that number seemingly is not enough for you to think I need to be making a big deal about this, you let me know exactly how many of us need to perish for me to start talking about it again.
So this is for the Latino community that cannot understand why black people are not coming out to help for protest marches or anything else under the sun. I'm going to give you a scenario, because maybe talking about politics gets your emotions too riled up for you to think straight. Maybe just coming from the black perspective, you're not seeing that quite clearly. So I got this scenario for you to kind of just simply mow over a little bit. Now, of course, if you are Latino and you did not vote for any of this, what's going on, and you're on the right side, this is not for you. White people, if you voted and you're on the right side, this is not for you. Just enjoy the show. Now, imagine you got a white guy, a black guy, and a Hispanic guy that are going to go to a trip to Las Vegas. Yeah. And they want to rent an Airbnb. Now, they got 2 options. There's 2 different neighborhoods with 2 different houses. Both houses have their own set of rules. Now, in one neighborhood, you see a diverse array of people. Homeowners, everybody's equal, everybody's happy, everybody's neighborly. And the house that we're going to rent from is a black woman. And that woman just says, be respectful, be kind, don't mess up anything, and be cool. Help yourself to anything that's in the refrigerator. The gourmet stuff is for all of you, share it. The rooms, everybody gets an equal room. You can have a nice time over the weekend. And then there's another neighborhood where that neighborhood is full of wealthy white people. And you might see like that black rickety house on the end that the black people stay in, and that other rickety house on the end that Latino people stay in. And the house in that neighborhood is owned by a white dude. And his rules are, Latinos are not allowed in my house. Black people have to sleep on the floor and eat the scraps. And the white people get to stay in the master suite with the jacuzzi and eat all the gourmet food. Now, for common sense, people with common sense, you would think that was a no-brainer. But let's just say that the white guy sees the opportunity to have better than the rest, right? And so he goes, oh, I like the house in the white neighborhood. We're going, hell no, we ain't trying to sleep on the floor. We want to be equal too. And we don't want to eat scraps. That's not cool and that's not fair. And on top of that, they can't even come in the house. The Latino guy is going, yeah, I can't come in the house. But the white guy goes, hey, no, he doesn't mean all Latinos. He just means those certain Latinos that are, not that cool. But you're cool. If you vote with me to get this, I'll make sure you'll get in the house. And I'll make sure you get a master suite. And then we're going, he's lying to you. Don't do it. And you fold and you go, yeah, okay, yeah, we'll do that. Right? And we're just, oh, shit. So we go to the white neighborhood with the White House, and now we come up with our bags. The white guy opens the door. He's a let in. We're coming to the door. We're let in, but they tell us go to the basement. They stop the Latino man at the door and say, do you see the rules up there? No Latinos allowed. You look up to the white guy. Hey, what about us? I don't know what to tell you. As he proceeds up to the master bedroom, eating caviar. Now, your ass is sitting outside for Airbnb you paid for or helped pay for. We're in the basement, cold as a motherfucker, with barely any food, and he up there living like a fucking king. And now you're looking in the window of the basement. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, you're not going to come out here and help me. We tried to tell you not to vote for the Airbnb that was going to screw us over. And now you want me to come up out of the small fraction of shit that I got when we all could have been living right. We all could have been having a fantastic vacation because you thought that white guy was going to take you up to the master with him while we slept in the fucking basement. Well, guess what? We ain't outside. And that's reflective of what's going on now because we ain't outside. Just thought that would help.
All right, this message is for my brown people. And although us black folks decided to sit this one out because we did try to warn y'all at the polls, we do see that it's fucked up. California is a blue state. 66% of Latinos in California voted against Trump, but it's not enough. You got to work on your people that hate us. Then you got to rally your people because they hate you like they hate us. And don't tell me this is not about race. There's over 500,000 undocumented immigrants in America from Poland or Russia or Germany, the UK, Italy, Ireland, all over Eastern Europe. But they not joining the protest because they not being targeted. America has always been obsessed with race. You burglarize and steal someone's home, make laws that only protect you, then get upset when they want to move back in. Talking about, we need to protect our borders. Most of you never even met a Mexican American, and if you have, they probably doing a job that you would never want to do anyway. These ain't criminals. They're snatching up students and nurses and builders and farmers, electricians and plumbers. They got fucking armored vehicles pulling up on line cooks. You're separating mothers from their children and telling people who've been here for decades to just go and start a life somewhere else because you're uncomfortable. In their land. You just took their shit and was even too lazy to change the names. It's still San Francisco, San Diego, San Bernardino, Ventura, Calabasas, Rancho Cucamonga. But it's all in the name of law, right? Well, hanging people was law. Owning people was law. Segregation was law. Jim Crow, mass incarceration, redlining, stop and frisk. Law, 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 law. Just because it's written don't make it right. You know Adolf had laws too. It's funny how you want people to follow the rules when they only benefit you. So let me get this straight. A man who was found guilty of committing 34 felonies is turning our troops against people who committed a civil violation. Being undocumented is a civil violation, not a felony. So who you put in office is far worse than any of these folks out here just trying to build a life in America. But y'all let him slide because he's white. I'm here in LA and not a single person died during these protests. 5 people died when they stormed the Capitol and those thugs were pardoned. Can you imagine if black and brown people stormed the Capitol? We wouldn't make it onto the fucking lawn before we got slaughtered. You naggers are all savages. You're tearing up property. Are you telling me that an insured Apple store or Louis Vuitton store is more important than the historic Capitol building of the United States? At least when black and brown people riot, it's for survival of civil rights. White America will burn a whole city down because their team won the World Series. So to all my brown brothers and sisters, coming from a people who's been fighting on the front lines for over 400 years, sacrificing our bodies so that Muslims and Asians and Africans and Indians and brown people can live a comfortable life in America, please realize that we are tired. A bit of advice. There's not a word that you can say to make those racists feel compassion because they do not view you as their equal. So keep protesting and going as hard as you can. And to the colonizers who agree with Mr. Trump, let me ask you a question. If all of your land is stolen and someone told you to go home, where would you go?
Yeah, it's your girl. In case you haven't noticed, I'm sporadic as fuck, which means I post when I want, how I want, and whenever I want. And I have a lot on my motherfucking mind, basically directed to the 92%ers about what's going on in LA. But first, before I start what the fuck I need to ask y'all, I'm going to go ahead and preference this by saying, if you are black and in LA and are protesting against this anti-ICE shit, and you are still in that position 30 days from now, whenever they send in the motherfucking troops, you are now Operation Human Motherfucking Shield. Get the fuck out of there. So, not too long ago, I was released from a work assignment that I had with Elwood Staffing here in Clovis. And I was released for, oh well, we don't have to give you a reason type shit. And the release happened right after I told my supervisor that I have been being hazed from the moment I started in March all the way until June 6th by all my fucking coworkers. And you're probably fucking asking, hey Vanessa, what the fuck? What kind of hazing? Pinche mayate, pinche puta, fucking black girl. I stack pallets over at that joint. So what happens is they pack peanuts in one side of the pallets and then they send it down like this conveyor. They would literally shove the fucking peanuts off the conveyor. I would have to bend down and pick them up. They would pack the peanuts in the box, rip the box. I'd pick it up. The box would break. The shit would fucking fall. That kind of hazing. And I told Elwood Staffing, the staffing agency, but I didn't tell the supervisor because I fucking know better. He was going to take the side of all my fucking coworkers. So I finally got the gumption on the 5th to tell my supervisor, I've been literally being harassed by these motherfuckers every day. I know what mayate means now. And I didn't know what the fuck that meant before, because what the fuck, they used it every day. My pallets are literally having the paperwork snatched off of them. My pallets are literally being shoved over. And I'm not effectively able to do my fucking... Or somebody's walking by my station talking about, bitch, she thinks she's better than us. What the fuck, home? That kind of shit. And I finally tell him, and he says, you know, Vanessa, you are a very good worker, and we don't like that kind of shit here. We will do something about it. And I was like, thank God. Can I, talk to them? Can you translate for me? Because none of them spoke English. Can I talk to them? Can we have a rap? Because they'll find that we have more in common than they fucking think. No, I don't think I'm better than them. We in the same motherfucking boat. We work for this company, which is for white dudes. We put money in the white dude's pocket, and we get a motherfucking chip off of the damn block at the end of the day. We work in slave labor, all of us. Ain't nobody else in here better than nobody. He said, I know you think that way. I follow your TikTok. I was like, oh. Can you talk to him for me? Because I can't do this no more. Like I said before, I've already told Elwood Staffing from the start that the harassment happened to the end of the harassment happening that I had already told the staffing agency what was going on. They weren't relaying messages to the plant supervisor, who is a white girl named Trendy. So, after I had this conversation with the supervisor in the plant, I got released the next day. For being called mayate every day and for being fucking basically fucked with every single fucking day because I'm black. And everybody in there was what? A Mexican immigrant. Yeah. So, 92%ers, that leaves me here. Because my whole entire TikTok career and my whole entire life, I know what the fight is. And I know who the fucking fight is against. I don't think that the other side got that message. I don't think that they understand what the message is and who the problem is. I mean, Latinos for Trump is literally a fucking thing, y'all. And they backing off. I don't like seeing families ripped apart. I know for a fact that there's good people out there in the Latino community. I know for a fact that there's good people in the black community. I know that together we are more dynamic than we are apart. But, and I say that but with much enthusiasm. There is a lot of anti-blackness in the Latino community, and it is unstoppable. It is a demon that we cannot fucking destroy. Us as black people. That's going to be something that the Latino people got to do. Just like there's a lot of anti-Latino shit and colorism in our community that we have to destroy. So, with all that being said, my income and my life and my welfare was literally affected by Mexican immigrants. The U.S. government currently is affecting the life of U.S. governments. Should I, as a black woman, put my body and my life on the front lines for people who want to destroy and hurt my family? That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Yeah, very much that. I see your plight and I hear it because I live it, because I'm black. But it seems to me like a lot of people in the Latino community don't really give a shit about us as black people on this ground. All y'all feel like is that we think we're better because we got papers. I will not be putting my body on the line for this shit. I will not be putting my life on the line for this shit. It's horrible. Yes, it is. I will say that. As a person who loves human beings, this shit is fucking terrible. I don't like seeing kids screaming and yelling, running after their mama while mama's being put in the back of a motherfucking detainee at... I just can't. I will scroll. I will not look. The Latino community is being humbled so bad right now. And that's not up for us to fix. Black women, 92%, we cannot fix everything. We've tried when we voted. And you see how that shit turned out. They couldn't find it in their heart to vote for a black woman. Why find it in your heart to ask for help from a black woman whenever you need help? It really don't make sense, because the 2 plus the 2 ain't equaling the 4, the 5, and the 5 ain't equaling the 10. Like, come on. A black woman could have saved you. A black woman could have saved you. You couldn't vote for the black woman. Therefore, we have the Los Angeles riots. Which, by the way, that would have been a lot worse, way quicker, if it was black folks. At least they giving y'all a fucking warning. They didn't give us one. Rubber bullet, straight to the fucking head. But, are y'all feeling a sense of confusion? Because I am. I know what I'm watching is not right. And the human in me is saying this shit is not right. This is so not fucking right. This is wrong in so many fucking ways. But I, as a black woman, know what kind of shit is going on in that community now. I literally just lost a source of my income because Mexican immigrants did not fucking like my skin tone. What do I do? Because I know that this shit ain't right, but I know this shit wasn't right either. I'm so fucking confused. I know what the right thing is to do. I've lived it my whole entire fucking life. But I feel like whenever I placed my vote, that was all the right that I could do. And I can't help but feel in a sense of guilt that that's the way that I feel. Because I see this shit happening, and I think if this was happening to me, I would want help. And then I turned around and looked, and my income was virtually fucking destroyed by people who don't even, like, do you see what I'm saying? I'm so fucking confused. We got protests here over in Clovis. We got all this other stuff that could be happening in Clovis. The sheriff's department over here just agreed to assist ICE with this shit, and I don't agree with that shit at all. The fucking sheriff's department in Roosevelt County just agreed to assist ICE with this shit. And I'm just like, I want so bad to say something. But I need to go find a second job immediately. Because my family was affected by Mexican fucking immigrants. Make it so fucking hard. And this is why I'm pissed off, because the same fucking community I love, I'm mad at. Latino community, I love y'all, but I'm mad at y'all. And it makes it hard for me as a black woman, because I'm so fucking confused. All this hatred for me in this community, but all this love I have for it because I was raised in New Mexico. Hello? You don't think I know what the fuck Mexican culture is? We called my mamas co-workers tia. We know what the fuck it is and what black and brown unity should look like. But some people who can't get on that fucking level just make it so damn hard, and I'm fucking confused. I'm confused. Father God, please forgive me for any kind of hatred in my heart that I'm feeling. But damn, y'all make it hard. And the voting results didn't help that shit either. So what do y'all want us to do? What the fuck do you want us to do? Exactly. Stop asking us for fucking help. Let us think. Let me fucking think. Let me breathe. Because goddamn.
This is what I need all people of color to understand, specifically Latinos right now, because there's so many Latinos apparently saying that, you know, we're the black people. But also I felt this way with the whole anti-Asian hate thing. You can't just show up when your group is being targeted. And what you have to understand is that the common enemy, the common denominator is white supremacy. You have to fight white supremacy, and you have to fight white supremacy all the time, not just when your group's being targeted, but when every group is being targeted, specifically when black people are being targeted. And the reason why is the foundation of white supremacy is anti-blackness. That's the whole point. And in too many of your communities, you are talking shit about black people. You are perpetuating white supremacy, perpetuating anti-blackness, and you don't understand that your liberation, your freedom, your ability to live how you want to live is contingent on how much we can do that. They practice on us. They ripped our families apart. They put us in cages. Everything they do to you, they did to us first. And then they saw, oh, how effective it was. Like Hitler modeled the Holocaust off of enslavement. Like they practice on us and then they do it to you. And the thing is that y'all don't show up when it's us. When we're the ones being targeted, when we're the ones saying, hey, we need you to fucking show up, like November 5th, right? On November 5th, we need y'all. And too many of you, if this was a grade scale, black women got an A, right? Black men got a C+. Most of you got a fucking F. And what I mean by that is the percentage of you that voted against the fucking white supremacist shit that we have going on now. Black women had a 92%. That's the A. Black men at 78. That's a C+. But most of you were like around the 50 range or, you know, maybe the 60 range. Either way, you fucking did not come through. You did not do what you needed to do. You aren't here for black people when it's us. You didn't show up at Black Lives Matter. You don't seem to give a damn that black women are dying in childbirth. You don't seem to care that 3,000 black women lost their fucking jobs. None of that matters to you. You don't care that the Haitians are the #1 group being targeted by ICE. The ones that are facing the highest fucking fees in order to get out or get with the whatever they fucking need. Like they're the ones being locked the fuck up. 44% of the people being detained by ICE are fucking Haitian, black people. Right? Half of the Latinos, you don't even acknowledge fucking Afro-Latinos. You don't even acknowledge Afro-Latinos. Like, there's so much anti-blackness in y'all's communities, and you don't get that just perpetuates the same system, the same white supremacy that is coming after you now. You can't just care when it's your group. The only reason why y'all are even in this country is because black people bled for the legislation that allowed you to immigrate into these fucking stolen lands, right? We did that. And y'all don't seem to give a damn or give us our props or respect us or interrupt anti-blackness in your communities. You're all trying to cozy up to whiteness until whiteness turns on you. And we're tired of being used and abused. We have Latinos now saying that black people are out here looting these different places at the protests. We're not even at the protests. And clearly it's other Latinos. But we're getting blamed for that shit? Like, this is why we can't trust you. This is why we can't align with you. This is why we can't support you. Because at the end of the day, you are perpetuating the same system that you're being victimized by, and you expect us to put our bodies on the line and be your scapegoat and for us to be used by these fake ass allyships. No, do so much better. White supremacy is our common enemy. Fight that shit all the time, not just when you're personally targeted.
The tension between the Black and Latino community needs to stop, and we need to be the generation to stop it. Anti-Blackness exists in our community. We know this. Anti-Blackness also exists within the Black community itself. All communities of color struggle with this. And the reason why is what we all have in common. We were all colonized and trained to have a mindset of you versus me for survival. But that ends with us. We need to lead with unity and not division. We have to be the change we want to see. We have to stop pointing the finger in both communities and make the decision that we are going to choose to be united versus divided. I'm not going to pretend like I have all the answers, but here are examples of how you can show up differently and be the change you want to see. Number 1, share stories of solidarity. Share stories of love. Share stories of when you have experienced the Black or Latino community showing up in your spaces. We need to shift the narrative. Number 2, if your reality is division between the Black and Latino community and your goal is unity, then it is up to you to seek out examples of when the Latino and Black communities show up for one another, where they show love, where there is actual solidarity, because guess what? It exists. And if you need a place to start with me. I am happy to be a part of your network of Latinos who have nothing but love for our Black sisters and brothers. Number 3, ask your neighbors how you can be helpful. You need to lead with your heart in this moment. That is the only way that we are going to experience an actual shift. We have to show up as human beings. We have to show up vulnerable. We have to show up as the change that we want to see. Lastly, ask others to join you. Let's actually start in the comments. Share your stories of solidarity and love. If members of the Latino and Black community have a hard time seeing it, let's show them how it's actually done. I stand with my Black brothers and sisters, and I also stand with my Latino familia. But the change, it starts with us. I love you.
So one of my dope ass Mexican American activist friends who's fucking amazing reached out to me, right? Based on all the comments I've been making about Latinos not being in solidarity with Black folks. And he made some relevant points. So I'm gonna speak on that. And one of the relevant points he made was that a lot of the things that I might be commenting on that I'm seeing on social media may very well been made by the enemy and AI in order to create this division, right? So maybe Latinos aren't blaming Black people for the rioting that's happening at the protest. And maybe Latinos aren't even mad at Black people for not showing up at the protest. But you know what's not fucking deniable? You know it's not AI produced is the anti-Blackness in the Latino community. That's for real. And also the misogyny, specifically the misogynoir, the sexism we have towards Black women in the Latino community. So that's real, right? The denial of Afro-Latinos in the Latino community, that's real. The fact that y'all have so much resentment for Black skin and Black hair, that's real, right? The way that you come into this country and one of the first things you learn is anti-Blackness, because that's what it means to be American. That's what it means to, want to when you look at the caste system and you see Black people at the bottom, you want to separate yourself from that. You want to be as close to whiteness and to power and privilege as possible. Like, that shit is fucking real. So you can cherry pick the parts of my argument that you think are not, legitimate, like, so be it. But here's the thing. If your allyship was where I needed it to be, if we were really fucking truly solidly allies, I wouldn't even be able to doubt you, right? I wouldn't even be able to speculate like, like maybe what I'm seeing isn't true, but based on the fact that you have so much anti-Blackness in your community, I can't for sure say it's not. Like, I have to be suspicious. And so that's my fucking point, is that if your allyship, if we were so solid, this Black and brown unity, right, I wouldn't be skeptical to begin with. I'd be like, oh, that's some fabricated bullshit, because I know that my brown brothers and sisters wouldn't play me out like that. But I've seen you. I've seen you play me out like that. I grew up around Latinos. I grew up around white people and Latinos. That's primarily who I grew up around. And when I was looking for a community, when I was looking for somebody to feel my pain, I had to find that within Latinos, primarily Mexicans. And I didn't know that they didn't fuck with me like that. I thought we were good. I didn't know, because I felt a sense of community because I was so desperately looking for a sense of community. And I was like, hey, you get discriminated against too. Maybe I can feel, some type of community here. And I do feel that way with brown people, because they do experience that. But also there's a hell of anti-Blackness in the Latino community. And how do I know? My Latino students told me. My Latinx students told me, they're like, we love you, Miss Stevens. Like, we fucking love you. We fuck with you. Like, you're down as shit and we appreciate you. But you couldn't come to our home. I couldn't invite you home for dinner. My family would talk about you. That's what they fucking told me. And that shit broke my goddamn heart, because it's like, goddamn it, I ride for fucking Latinos. I ride for you guys. Like, fuck. And this is how you feel about us? This is how you feel about me? Like, so I've experienced it firsthand. I've heard my Latino students say the N-word, right? I've heard them say ignorant ass shit. I've heard them, repeat the same ignorant ass white supremacist shit, and them telling me that their families also embrace this shit. Like, Catholicism there's a lot of conservatism in Catholicism. A lot of Catholics, that came from Spain. It's not even your fucking religion, neither is Spanish. But like, a lot of those beliefs Like a lot of Catholics are in alignment with Republican thought and conservative thought and misogyny and sexism and like being pro-life and all those other things. So it's problematic. It's fucking problematic. And maybe everything that I said, you know, my last post wasn't completely accurate, but fucking 85 to 90% of that shit was accurate. And like I said, you need to be such a tight ally that I could never doubt you, that I could never be like, oh, that's AI fabrication, right? Or I'm sorry, I'd never be like, oh, that's true if it is AI fabrication. That I could be so convinced that you got my back that I'm not going to see anything on social media and be like, yeah, that's what they're fucking doing, right? And so that's what I need to see from Latinos and every other fucking group that claims that they're an ally to blackness is you have so much anti-blackness in your fucking community. You're not interrupting it. You're probably participating in that shit yourself. You think your preferences for light skin and straight hair are just fucking preferences. They're not. That shit was beaten into you through colonialism, right? You think Spanish is your fucking language. It's not. You think Catholicism is your religion. It's not, right? Like, decolonize your fucking thinking, and all your anti-blackness bullshit, at the end of the day, it's going to bite you in the ass because you will fucking need us when white supremacy turns on you. And will we be there by your side? I don't fucking know. Because are you fucking doing what you needed to do to earn our trust? Most of you, if not all of you, fuck no, you're not.
Oh, and to the Latinos who voted for Trump, I bet y'all asses is regretting what the fuck y'all did. Y'all sat around and kissed Trump ass all election season, thinking that change was gonna come, voting for him because you really got a problem with your own motherfucking skin color. Y'all want to be white so goddamn bad. And now his ass done showed y'all better than he could tell y'all what the fuck he was gonna do, because he already said that shit. Now here y'all is crying and asking for people to help y'all and everything else. Y'all should have set y'all asses down. Now here we are. He and that bitch acting a fucking fool, cutting up, not giving a fuck about y'all feelings, y'all family, our dignity, our pride. He don't give a fuck. And now I'm knowing that y'all done learned the motherfucking lesson, because guess what? The motherfucker is showing the fuck out. The fuck y'all thought was gonna happen?
I was just on a conference call with some Latin groups, and one of them was Latins and Hispanic for Trump. They had the audacity for me to ask me would I make some videos to try to get the black people to come to the Latino side on a protest against Donald Trump and what he's doing to the Latin people in Los Angeles. And now Donald Trump is asking for the governor of California to be arrested. And I'm on the phone, I'm listening to these people. And so one of my friends, what's up, Swole? Are you going to help us? I told him no. I said, you the same person last year mocked me because I was back in Harris. You the same person. You are the same people that voted for this man. Millions of Latin and Hispanics voted for Donald Trump. The black community is not helping y'all. I'm not helping y'all. I'm not protesting. I'm not doing no videos or anything like that. For the Latin community and for the Hispanic community that was backing Donald Trump, this is y'all problem, not our problem. And no, I'm not making any videos for any Hispanic or Latin protests against Donald Trump. Y'all voted for him. He's y'all problem. Y'all go ahead and protest and do whatever y'all got to do. But I'm sorry, black people we're not getting involved with this. You voted for the wrong person. Now live with it.
Okay, so I keep seeing on my For You page these LA riots, these ICE raids. And the thing that I don't understand is it's not only Latinos being deported, it's all different ethnicities of people who are not white being deported. Because what was it? Lana Del Rey, something. She's Russian or something like that. And she was in custody. and she was supposed to get deported, and then she said something, and they said, oh, you don't have to be deported. No mistakes like that are made with any other ethnic group, only white people. So it's like people of color. But most of the undocumented people are Latino or Latina. Okay. My whole thing is this. I keep seeing them want to argue with black people over their problems. And out in California specifically, the majority of people there are white, Hispanic, and Asian. Even if every black person were to stand up for them, it wouldn't make a difference. It actually wouldn't help them. The people that they need to help them are white people, because white people are the ones deporting them. It's their family members doing it. So they need liberal and moderate white people. And then after that, they need Asian people. After that, if they can get every other demographic, and they need their own people, because half of their own people voted against them. Now, Puerto Ricans are not immigrants, they're Americans, but they can still pressure Puerto Ricans and other Latinos that are American to help them if they believe this is a good cause. Instead, they want to ask black people for what? It doesn't even make sense strategically. And it just comes across as they want to find a reason to be mad at black people. That's how I see it. It seems like they just want to find a reason to argue with black people, to take their anger out on black people. And this has nothing to do with black people. The Trump cabinet has no black people. It's all white people and Indians. That's it, from what I've seen. I think one of them is Samoan or Hawaiian or Native American or something like that. None of them are black. So the people that's doing this to you, that you should be beefing with, are white people. And they're the ones that can also help you. So this misdirected anger, it just shows why they really shouldn't get any help. Because, first of all, this is their problem. And I saw a creator say, you know, sit this one out and let them have their time in history to say they did something. And that's true. I agree with that. You know, black people can say, black Americans can say, we fought for civil rights. We fought for this country to keep it together during the Civil War. We fought to pass immigration to make it less racist, which is why so many Latinos are here to begin with. We can say that. So if they can, I don't know, say that they let undocumented people live here, I don't know what they want. But whatever it is they're fighting for, maybe they could say they fought for a pathway to citizenship. You know, that should be their thing that they can say and that they're proud of. It's not for black Americans because we're not immigrants. I don't even know anything about a visa process. I don't even know what is going on with them. For real, I don't even know what they're talking about. So I can't really help them because I don't even know what's going on with them. But members of their community, like Latinos love Shakira. And I like Shakira's music too. I'm not even gonna lie. I listen to some of her songs. But what Shakira got to say, what J-Lo got to say, what Mark Anthony got to say, what Ricky Martin got to say, they all Puerto Ricans, this is last thing, but I don't know. George Lopez, what he got to say, he Mexican, he had a Mexican show. What do they have to say? You know, how can they help you? What do, you know, the Chinese people and the Arabs have to say? Because there was a lot of Latinos fighting and protesting for Palestine. Like a lot. But I don't even hear one Arab saying nothing about them, and they're immigrants too. I feel like that's kind of weird, actually. They should really take issue with them the most, because they've been the ones going through it, and Latinos been advocating for Arabs. I've been seeing, since I'm a kid, Latinos saying, we fight in war for oil, we need to end these wars. And these is all wars that we have with Arabs or Muslims from some part of Asia. And I don't see that population standing up for them at all. So those are the people that they should really take their anger out on or try to align themselves with. Not black Americans, because there's nothing that we can do for them. And this is not our expertise. And this is not really what we are here for. So when I see them arguing, it's like, I even wrote one lady today, and she's like, sorry, I'm not trying to be divisive. I said, this comment's divisive. And how do you even have energy for this? Don't you have family to help? How you got energy to argue with us, to argue with me about your family situation? Like, you should be going out there helping your people out proudly, so you could 50 years from now say, look, I did that. You know, this is their time. I can't tell nobody what to do, but I really don't think most black people should help them. I think they should help themselves so that one day they can stand tall and be proud and say they did that. I think that would give them a lot of confidence, more than what they already have. And as far as the ICE raids, we're going to see what happens. You know, I used to be a part of an organization. We had a grant and it got cut, and I really liked that organization. It was like a fun thing that we was doing in the community. So the Doge cuts is real, hitting everybody. You know, ICE, they taking even some people that's citizens. Like, they going crazy. But that's what it is, and this is only year one, so we're going to see what happens. But, you know, good luck to the Latinos. Whatever happens, if they sticking together and they make it work and they figure out what they need to do, don't focus on us as black people. Focus on y'all and what y'all going through and try to work out what y'all got to do. That way, you can say, I did that. I did what needed to be done. Things are better now because my people did that, because I did that. You're going to feel good. You're going to feel proud of yourself. So good luck.
By now, many of you have probably already heard that the CEO of Uber, he told Trump that his company now supports MAGA reconciliation bill. Really, Dara Khosrowshahi? Did you make that decision before or after you realized thousands, if not millions, of your customers have state-funded health insurance? And then a lot of the same customers also have TANF. And that reconciliation bill will negatively impact state insurance as well as receiving benefits to get food. You didn't think that your support for MAGA would affect your business, Dara? In case a lot of y'all didn't know, there's a lot of state-funded health insurance and some private insurance that will help cover the cost of transportation to and from non-urgent medical visits, primary care visit, mental health visits, dental, and insurances pay Uber. In light of the boycott that is now being placed with Uber, if you are looking for an alternative, in addition to Lyft, there is a new share ride business that is on the scene. A lot of you haven't heard about it. Go to the App Store on your phone and download InDrive. InDrive headquarters is in the state of California. And I know that rides are available in Florida and in the state of Indiana. And with this boycott that's now looming with Uber, it's a very good chance that they may eventually be available in your county, in your state, in your neighborhood. Not only are the prices fair and very reasonable, the service is excellent and the customer service is top tier. So download the app now and get going. Bye, Uber. Hello, InDrive.
They are not coming for black people next. Please stop trying to scare other black folks. And I'm talking to the stupid black motherfuckers that's believing this shit. I'm talking to some of you Hispanics out there that's drinking the Kool-Aid, and a lot of y'all illegals. Our situations are not the same. I don't give a damn. The difference between black folks and the difference between some of you Hispanics and illegals, black folks was brought here against their will. Even though they were sold by their own people in Africa to the white man, but that's a different conversation. Black folks was brought here against their will, and they're called African Americans. It's in the name. We're Americans, okay? We are Americans, and we're American citizens. We're not getting deported. I don't know what's so hard for some of y'all to understand the difference between legal and illegal, but like some of y'all really need to go back to school. And on top of that, when it comes to you illegal immigrants, y'all are paying like other essays $10,000 to get smuggled here. That's not the same as black people. So stop grouping us with y'all, please. Y'all are here undocumented, unvetted, illegally, non-citizens. Yes, you're going to get your ass deported. The fuck? Stop grouping us with y'all. They're not coming for black people. Stop scaring other black people. Stop doing that shit. That's not real. They're not deporting black folks. And if you're a black person that's quote-unquote captured by ICE and you're a legal citizen, guess what? You're in for a payday. Because guess what? That's against the law. You can't deport an American citizen. You're an American citizen, black man and black woman. So please stop trying to push the propaganda that they're coming for black folks next. No, 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 my Hispanics. No. to the illegal Hispanics, they are coming for you only. Stop trying to group us all in y'all bullshit. Y'all are here illegally. Y'all got busted. Y'all got caught. Pay the consequences.
We all got the lesson on race, ethnicity, and nationality, right? Right? I'm seeing so many videos of black people saying, this ain't our fight, this ain't our fight. Y'all know that being Mexican is a nationality, right? Y'all know that being Mexican isn't a race, right? Y'all know that there's racially black Mexicans because Mexican is a nationality, right? Y'all know that there's more racially diverse immigrants, right? We're on, like, I know y'all know that, right? I fear that y'all have lost the plot. No nationality is tied to your country. And race is your physical characteristics, right? You can be a black Cambodian the same way you can be a white Cambodian. You can be a white German the same way you can be a black German. List goes on and on. So when you're saying this ain't our fight, when it comes to this whole immigration thing and ICE and all of this stuff, you know there's black immigrants from other countries, right? I fear some of y'all have lost the plot because of our own generational trauma due to the systems of which this country was built on. Get it? But you know, by saying it's not our fight, or the stance you're trying to take in this particular sense does not make sense, right? We know that, right? There are diverse groups of black immigrants here. Does not mean that the black immigrants aren't on that list. It's just not their time. Their ticket hasn't been pulled. I hope y'all understand that, right? It is our fight. 100%. So that's why I'm confused when you're saying it's not our fight. Forgetting that there are black Hispanics, black Mexicans, black Latinos. So if you're saying you're only fighting for anybody that's black, they're a part of the fight too, right? Right? Let's not lose the plot. And furthermore, we should be fighting for everyone right now because of this little thing I love to call empathy. Because at any given moment, the way that this country is set up, you never fucking know. It could be you. Even then, right now with the state that this country is in, we all should want better for everyone. What the fuck? We're so divided. We're so divided.
Now, this is something I have to say right now because I just got one of my last posts got a lady on there saying that Mexicans helped black people out of slavery. Now, I done did a lot of history work. I'm not the smartest person in the world. I'm going to say it again for y'all in the back. I'm not the smartest person in the world, and I don't know everything. But I know when I was in junior high school and high school, I have never, ever, ever heard of the Mexicans helping black people out of slavery. And this lady just said on my post, the Mexicans helped black people out of slavery. And that's why they went to war, because of us. I don't really agree with that, because the way Hispanic people are, the way Latinos are, they don't even hire us. They don't give us a chance. You have never ever seen a black man working on a Mexican person's house, but you've seen a lot of Mexicans working on a black person's house, correct? So I don't know where she got that from. She really said that Mexican. I never read that in the history book. If anybody has ever read that and there's any truth for that, please speak up and let me know. Please put me in my place, because I can't believe she said that. I have never, ever heard of the Mexicans helping us. It don't even make sense what she said, because the Mexicans never help us. Go to Chipotle, McDonald's, Wingstop, Fish Grill, all those places, all the fast food places, those was our first jobs. That's where we learned our job skills at. You go in there, the Mexicans work in there, they run everything, and they don't hire black people. If you happen to see a black person working in one of those establishments, it's only one. But it'd be like, I went to Wingstop not too long ago, and I always buy, when I go down by USC College, if I see anybody homeless outside, I take them in Wingstop and I buy something for them. I tell them to get whatever they want. You know, I'm blessed, so I bless somebody else. So I went in Wingstop one day, and it was, I counted, it was 16 Mexicans working in Wingstop. So I asked the dude, I said, no black people work here, bro? He said, nah. So I said, where's the manager? So he went and got the manager. The manager was a little short Latino lady. And I asked her, I said, ma'am, I said, how come no blacks work here? She said, oh, they never apply. I said, don't say that again. I said, don't say that again. It's the reason she said that is because everybody else is out here programmed to say those not black people don't want those jobs. That's untrue. When you ain't got no money and you about to be homeless and the next thing is to sleep on the curb, you're going to work anywhere to make some money. But that's just a case of when the Mexicans get into position, they don't hire black people. So like I said, this ain't our fight. I don't want to be involved in none of that type of stuff. And as far as you saying the Mexicans help black people out of slavery, I have never heard of that in my lifetime. I don't even believe. I replied on her post, and I told her I don't believe that. I do not believe that. If somebody could go do some research, any historians, tag any historian on here and tell them to reach out and talk to me, because I can't believe that. The way they treat us in this market, there's nowhere in the world y'all helped us. Y'all didn't just develop this type of mentality just today, just being in America. I don't believe that. You can't tell me if you was like Mexicans is family orientated people. They look out for their own. They help their own. They don't help nobody else. So with her saying that the Mexicans helped us out of slavery is BS. I would not ever believe that. I need a historian. I need a real historian to show me where the Mexicans helped us out of slavery, because I can't believe that the Mexicans helped. I thought Harriet Tubman helped us, and a lot of other black heroes helped us out of slavery. So you can go somewhere with that one. You guys don't treat us at all like you have no love for us. So that's out of the question. We're not going for that one. You'll see. You could go see a black person working in white America before you see them working at a Mexican establishment, bro. Like, real talk. And I'm gonna be the first one to say it, because it need to be said. Like, I'm getting a lot of backlash. You say, oh, we not support. Man, what did y'all support for us? Y'all never supported us. Support is letting us get a job, hiring us, and let us make money to help our family. But y'all don't see it like that. So now, see what the thing is, what y'all don't understand? A lot of people don't understand this part right here. Donald Trump, and don't quote me on this, but this is my reason for the deportation thing. Donald Trump is a builder. It's a lot of Mexican, Latino builders right now. Mexicans is building houses like crazy. They do good work. I can't hate on that. They do good work. I got to give them their credit. They do good work. They finish the job, and they finish in a timely fashion. Not all of them, but a majority of the Mexicans come. They build your house. They build your apartment building. They get it done so they can get the rest of their money. And I respect that. I'd rather pay who can get the job done. But what you're not going to do is act like can't nobody else do the job. You know what I'm saying? But the problem I think Donald Trump is having, he's a builder. And all these Latino people is coming in, building stuff, and they messing up the way things was balanced. You undercutting contractors and taking a business. I think that's the problem that they having. If let's just say, for instance, Donald Trump quoted somebody, I built that property for $1 million. And the Mexican come in and say, I'll do it for $850. You gonna go with the Mexican. So now you messing up the real estate money. See, and one of my homeboys, this the coldest thing in the world. This is another reason why people won't talk about this. One of my homeboys, I'll never forget, I just saw him living downtown. His name is Peter. He's a Mexican. He was buying fixer-upper houses, fixing them up, and then getting a Mexican from TJ, building him a profile and having him to buy the house. And they put a whole year worth of money up, so the property wouldn't go into default. It wouldn't go into default within a year, and couldn't nobody get in trouble. They put money in escrow for a whole year. But the thing is, he made a whole profile for the Mexican dude from TJ, a fake profile, to buy the house. That's gangster. White America ain't having that. That's another problem. You guys came over here and you messing with the real estate money. They got a problem with that. See, it was cool when the Mexicans was messing over the black people, and it ain't no problem. It's cool. They outdoing the black people. It's not a problem. But when you do white America, that's where the problem come in. That's where y'all messed up, when y'all start trying to buy up all the real estate. Like somebody came when I had a store before. They said, yeah, how much you want for your store? I said, it's not for sale. So, long story short, I'm gonna make, because I'm running out of time. But I said, why do the Koreans want my store so bad? And the dude was like, back in the days, the Mexicans bought up all the residential property and they was only breaking even. But now they making money. He said the Koreans is trying to compete with the Mexicans by buying all the commercial property. So I told the dude, I said, well, where does that leave us? And he said, I don't know, such and such. That's up to y'all to figure it out. I told him no sell. I won't sell my property. I won't sell my property, and I hung the phone up. That lets you know the problem that they people having with Mexican. Then when you let illegal people in and they bring in fentanyl and, you know, drugs that could unalive people, that ain't good. That ain't good at all. Well, I mean, why would we do that? You bringing them in, they hurting kids and, you know, unaliving people and all that. We got to close the border down. The border got to be closed down. It's just simple as that. So y'all can feel like you can say what you want to, but I ain't never heard of no Mexicans helping no black people out of slavery. I ain't buying that.